All right, so the funniest thing is, we did have a new LR that released, and that LR is just sadly, I don't know, it's not the best. It's crazy because the leak was like pretty good, and then they just nerfed it to to hell. Well, you're gonna say they didn't nerf it; they technically lowered it, bro. So you saw the leak. That leak was whatever. That was very different when it launched. That sadly is the case. So the character is much different, and it's like progressively we've been getting worse LRs. Like you started off LR Melly, but he was pretty good. So at the start he was pretty good. Escanor pretty freaking good. LR Liz, she's stood the test of time, and you know where she is right now. She's pretty good. And you have Margaret, and you have now GLOXINIA. I gotta say, to me, this is my hot take of the century. I'm gonna be kind of roasting this character a bit in this video, but I will give my honest opinion of where this character stands and everything. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. We're going to be talking about which character to LR first and whatever. We're going to go in order, and then I'll give my review on Glox, where Glox ends up on this list. That is, again, my 10 cents with everything. Sounds good? Good. Let's hop into it. First things first, I stand with my decision of telling you that till today, LR Liz is the best character to ever LR. It is the first character that I LR'd on the account, which is... No, I actually didn't. No, I LR'd Escanor first, and then I waited because I couldn't get her in time. She was second, but she was, if I was starting a new account, she would be the first LR I ever LR because she deserves it. She is a Nidhogg carry, PvE carry, content carry. She is just amazing, and she remains to be my favorite LR of the entire thing. If you're a free-to-play player, you need to go for this one first. It's just, she just applies so much. She does so much. She trivializes a lot of content, and she becomes the carry of a century. So again, this is the character to go for. Out of every single one on the list here, it's this one. It really is. It just, till today, still this character. For whatever reason, for whatever, she will excel. Cool? That's it. Nidhogg content, PvE content, really PvP. I don't really think you're going to use her personally anymore. You know, you already have a new Liz, but for what it is, PvE-oriented side of it, this is the character to go for. Till today, number one, 100%. Number two is going to be Escanor. Still till today, I will not change my opinion. It's very similar to my last list where I made when Margaret released. I still think that Escanor is second. He really is. He excels at so much stuff, and it's just, to me, for what he does, being both in Hero Arena, right? He is a team in Hero Arena that is super powerful, helping people push to get a third team crafted, whether it be if you're running Unknown team, Demon team, a sort of Goddess team. Human team is a standard, and it is a team that you can run. It's a team that you can use. So that is one area you can use LR Escanor. If you are a human person where you're like, I want to run if you're a human person. Wow, I just said that. If you're a human meta runner when it comes to PvP, you need LR Escanor. You need to build him, right? So that's there when it comes to that sort of thing. In some of the final bosses, he's pretty good. Sadly, you can't use him in the current final boss, but he's a very strong character. I will still say that the second character, Hero Arena is where I use him a lot more so than anything. But following up on that, he definitely does really, really good in PvP, though Human Team is getting a little bit more pushed out because you have characters like, again, Demon King Melee, Goddess team, and, you know, Albedo still existing in the meta. So, yeah, that's there. But still, again, I would say on the list, he still remains number two. In my fullest opinion, he still remains number two. Now, when it comes to number three, the fact of the century is there's only Margaret left. There's, in my opinion... There is, LV Melly. It's just he's fallen off just because you have now God Melly. You have so many Mellies that there's is there a space for him? And then the other option is now LR Glox. So where did these three characters land? Let me try my best here. So again, Lost Vein Meliodas, we'll hop over here and do it so it's a little bit easier for me to get through this information. There's Lost Vein Meliodas, there is Ludocil, and now there's GLOXINIA of Repose. You want my honest opinion? And now here we go. I'm gonna get the comments after me. So if you want to say so, I still think Margaret's better. Why? Goddess team, whatever it is not bad. For the Goddess team, it already has high stats. She helps you in Hero Arena content. She's very good. You're going to push your Goddess team a little higher if you run Margaret, which most people do. So your Goddess team is much stronger, much higher CC also. It's just, you know, for whatever she does, she doesn't do an insane amount in comparison to what she was before. But I still think that she is pretty good. And I think that LR Margaret, in my opinion, is better than GLOXINIA situational-wise because most of you have Goddess team builds. A lot of us don't run a Fairy team. Fairy team is only good. So this unit, in my opinion, really only excels on debuff meta. That's what they designed this character over. So you have to run, to make this character work, you realize this, you have to run Jelly King. So if you want this character to excel, you're gonna need your built-up Jelly King. You're gonna really want to out CC. I've seen so many videos on Twitter, so many videos all over the place of people going second with Fairy team and getting just violated. That is the word, violated. They just got destroyed. And if you're a whale and you're able to out CC, then GLOXINIA is going to be pretty fun for you to kind of one turn to two turn and just kind of have a blast there. I will be very honest though, I still think that GLOXINIA for most players just isn't worth it. Now, let's say, oh, wait. PvE content, what can we do with Glox there? Barely anything. It's debuff meta, so most content, you're not really debuffing, okay? You can't. It doesn't work. So you're losing most of the stats and most of the stuff there. Remember, the LR passive increases all allies' defense by 10%. It's 30% defense. It's okay. Attack related is 10%. Again, that's 30%. It's all right. Crit chance. And then again 40%, and that's if bleed is applied. So remember that in most instances you might not be able to apply that. Who knows what happens if you're in PvE oriented content, kind of falters. This character in Final Boss content kind of excels because she's again on the strongest team for PvE oriented content when it comes to final bosses and whatnot. You also have her in Hero Arena again. You have her in so many different areas of the game that I still think that she's much better. I genuinely think that. Then you get again now to GLOXINIA or Melly. The thing is, there's so many Mellies that exist in the game to be where, like, oh, where do I put him? The only team you can really throw him on is Sin's team. I really don't see him anymore when it comes to Hero Arena oriented content. So really, I would say then Melly is kind of falling last on my list because, yeah, GLOXINIA, theoretically, if you're running Fairy Team, you make it work. Melly just loses a lot of his places. He's still a really good character. He's still really good. So I will say that, like, they tie for the end there. It's just situational. Like, in a case, would you even want to craft GLOXINIA repos? The answer is no if you don't run Fairy Team. If you're not running Fairy Team at all, there is no reason to have this character. I really think that this character only excels there. What also baffles me, what baffles me with this kid is, you could have made the character decent if you just didn't add this little restriction here on some content, but what they did was, they first restricted it in PvP. They then restricted it even further to Fairy. You could have done a little bit more and expanded this thing. It could have been for every, let's not say Fairy, participating or it's an ally in battle, increase their basic stats by 5% for every debuff applied to the enemies, increase whatever allies, crit chance by 5% and crit damage by 10%. Like, why was that done to, like, kind of screw the kit? Like, he could have been much better. Genuinely speaking, GLOXINIA could have been much better, but again, now it's PvP locked and Fairy locked. So you're losing an entire relic unless you're running Fairy Team, so that's gone now. This whole pass is kind of useless, where it's like, you know, this plus that equals a much better unit, so you're not getting, like, the full thing unless you run a Fairy Team, which most of us aren't running a Fairy Team. Let's be honest here. If you have Sweet King Jelly, I just said Sweet King Jelly. I'm tired, boys. Sweet Jelly King, run him with this character, and you will do pretty good. Hope you can out CC, otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be a very rough matchup, but I definitely think that they are just on par for the last spot here. Both really don't have a use case. It's just, that's what it is. Melly, you know, there's God Melly, there's other things, and, you know, there's, like, no PvE content he really excels in anymore. Hero Arena, I don't see him on any teams rarely, so yeah, that's where he currently stands. I would say either save for a new character or just LR. You're going to have to LR because they're going to keep releasing more LR coins. The max is 200. You'll probably, by the point they release a new LR, already be at 200. So I would say just craft GLOXINIA or Melly. Depends. If you don't have Fairy Team, there's no point to have this character, so just go Melly then. So then in your list, it's 4 and this is 5. Again, I still think that number 1 has to be Liz. I stand by my statement. Number 2 is Escanor. I really do stand by my statement that Margaret is 3rd. I stand by my statement that GLOXINIA, if you have Fairy Team, is 4th. If not, this is 4th, and then this is 5th. That's, like, my statement. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you fully disagree with me. I'm, again, just saying from my perspective, it's a PvP. This is PvP. This is PvP. It's debuff based. It's PvP. So that's where this character survives. Now, further dumb it down to it's only Fairy Team. Running out Fairy Team, it excels. That's about it. And you should go first. Otherwise, it's rough. I've seen a lot of videos. They just get stomped, bro. They just get stomped. But yeah, there is that. So let me know your thought process. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have fun.